Tuesday, the 5th of January 2021. Welcome to season 3 of the London Lockdown Diary. Last night, on the 4th of January, Boris Johnson came onto our TVs at 8 pm on time, which is unusual for him, to announce another lockdown, a national lockdown. He only really speaks for England in these cases. Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland tend to do their own thing. Nicola Sturgeon had already announced the lockdown, and Wales had been in lockdown in December. Parts of England had moved from tier 3 to tier 4 in what was once a like a 3-tier system, but now we're in tier 5. No one can really explain it. Like, we thought we'd all been in a 3-tier system, but now we're in a 5-tier system. Anyway, he had to announce the lockdown because when you look at the numbers, 60,916 new cases today, 830 deaths today. There was nothing else they could do. They had to announce a lockdown. And so here we are, another national lockdown. And this one's a bit more stringent than the second one. The first one was a fairly decent lockdown. Now, I know many people on Twitter are sort of arguing that, well, England and the UK as a whole have never been in lockdown, unlike other countries in Europe. Which is true. Our ports have still been open. People have been able to freely leave or come into the country. The whole self-isolation after travelling, that's not a thing. You could go out as much as you want. Many people said you could only go out for an hour, but that was, well, hokum, really. So this again is not a true lockdown, but this is more of a lockdown like the first one rather than the second one. In fact, this lockdown, my workplace is closed and I'll be staying at home during the working day and working from home. During the second one, I was still going to work, but this one I'll be at home. So I'm going to have to set up my desk, set up my working area, which is I don't really have one. Contemplating getting a desk from IKEA or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. But I have my monitor, I have my laptop. That's all I really need. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. There are plenty of other people who will have worse conditions than I do. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. Now, it's only 5 days after New Year. I cycled into work today. Roads are much quieter than they were pre-Christmas. Much quieter than the second lockdown, I think, as well. Again, a lot of people might still just be away taking this week off as part of holiday. So we'll see. I think the biggest problem with this lockdown it's January. The first lockdown we were in, it was March, April. We were heading into spring. The nights were getting shorter. It was getting warmer. You could hang out in parks and have drinks if you wanted. But now it's January. And the things I think about, like, I put on a bunch of weight during the first lockdown. And during the second lockdown, it was much better when I started cycling to work again. And I lost a little bit of weight, not much, but a little bit, and that helped. But I'm gonna be stuck indoors, and it's cold. It's saying it's like 4 degrees, but it's cold out there, and when it rains, it's very cold. I don't want to go cycling in this kind of weather. I barely want to cycle to work in it, but so I'm gonna have to think about what I do for exercise if I'm going to exercise. They say this is going to probably last until about mid February. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully, they'll be ramping up the vaccination process. we'll just see where it goes. Anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there. It's the first day. I'll be working from home tomorrow and for the rest of this week. Yeah, lockdown again. Third lockdown. Stay safe. Be good. Wash your hands. Corona, you're over. You got this. You got this. We got this. Fight the power.